My good people, message of the day for episode 21 comes to us by the iconic, legendary man himself, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime for the Colorado Buffaloes. And he had this to say about people's perceptions of you and their opinions of you.
What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me. So you ain't nothing you can do to me. And anything you want to do. But I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinions people have of you. Long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. Message for the youngsters out there. And the old school, not old fools.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Sometimes I give way too much a damn about what people think about me, especially if those opinions of me is negative, because I feel like it's an attack on my character. I feel like it attacks my morals as a man, and sometimes it can lead me down a mental place or space that is just totally healthy for me. But here's the thing: not everyone's gonna like you. You might not be everyone's cup of tea. Sometimes people are gonna have a perception of the person you are or the lifestyle that you live, which is just contrary to the truth of who you are as a person or how you live in life. But here's the thing. Here's where God comes into play. No matter who you pray to, whether it's Jesus, Allah, Buddha, whoever, as long as you know that you're living the best life that you can and that you're living to be an example of the mercy and grace that God has provided for you in your life, there's no other way to say it. Who gives a fuck what a hater thinks? They didn't make you, so I promise you, they can't break you. And ladies and gentlemen, with that out the way, let's talk our talk. Let's get into VEINTEUNO. Bueno, mi gentes, bienvenidos al episodio 21. Mi nombre es Marc. ¿Qué pasa, mi amigos? ¿Qué lo que? Yo, that's me trying to talk Spanish because I'm hyped. It is episode 21. It is Don't Kill the Messenger podcast for those who speak English. It is your boy Marc coming to you again with another episode. We are legal. This podcast can do whatever it wants. You can't tell this podcast nothing from here on. It's old, it's legal, it's ready for war, drugs, guns, driving cars. We're wilding out. We're episode 21, my people. I hope everyone's doing good, man. I hope everyone's blessed. I hope everyone had a good week. By the time you see this, you're gonna be sliding into a new week. So let's knock this week out, man. Yo, it's like officially hoodie season. I don't mean like my kids' hoodie season because they wore hoodies the whole summer. I mean it's old school 1990 Timberland hoodie season. Went outside today to drop the baby off this morning. I had to run back in, bro. Had to go grab that hoodie real quick. So fall is definitely upon us. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I low key like this weather. Like I could deal with the 70s, 60s, and 50s degrees, man. You know, just chill hoodie weather. But once you start getting into like the 40s and 30s, and I got to cut the heat on. It's like, yo, man, it's time to relocate. So right now I'm just going to enjoy the weather before it gets too crazy and the winter hits. But that's not no time soon. We'll be here actually probably sooner than we really think. Okay, but listen, before we start talking our talk, need you to do me a favor. Let's shake up the algorithm real quick. I need you to hit that like button for your boy. I need you to hit that notification bell. And I need you to subscribe if you haven't. Let's try to get the subscribers up on this page. And by the way, we got a few new subscribers. So I see the page is moving. So to all my people who share my content and tell people, and you tell a friend to tell a friend, thank you very much. And because it's episode 21 for those who don't speak Spanish, we got a giveaway. I'm going to have a trivia question near the end of the show, and we're going to give away, I don't know, I might give away some t-shirts, might give away some mugs. I don't know. Let me see how I'm feeling at the end of the show. I might just give y'all some advice. I don't know. I'm giving away something, though. I'm giving away something. All right, listen. Last episode, I told y'all I was coming out with episode 20, part 2. Don't even think about that show. It no longer exists. It's in the Twilight Zone somewhere. It's not coming out. And here's why. So me and the wife actually shot some footage for episode 20, which was just going to be just episode 20 by itself. Because I low-key hate chopping up my episodes, because when I do that part 1 and part 2 shit, it doesn't translate well on YouTube, and I end up kind of like the viewership drops. And what happened with this one, because I chopped it up, the viewership dropped, but it's all good. So let me explain to you what happened real quick. All right, so the audio sucked. It sucked something bad, and I didn't like it when I was doing the editing. And I thought I could salvage it, because we do have 2 mics when I do dual recordings with my wife. But her voice is low. I project more, so I gave her the better microphone, thinking that because I project more, that I will come, my voice will come out a little stronger on edit. It didn't happen the way I thought, man. So it just ended up being kind of crappy as far as what I want for my audio, how I want it to sound. So then I was like, all right, cool. You know what? Don't put out the visual, kind of chop it up, and then maybe you could put part 2 on Spotify and Apple, where you can also listen to the podcast as well. I tried that, listened to it back. It sounded even worse to me. So with all that being said, part 2 ain't happening, but I'm going to try to get it back on the podcast. I did order some wireless mics, so next time when we talk, it can be more of a natural feel to it. We'll just put the mics on a collar, and we'll just talk our talk, and it should be better. So hopefully I could get her back soon. Now, speaking of the missus, this since the last podcast, she celebrated a birthday, and this birthday was special because, as you know, she had some stuff happen to her medically in the summertime, which was just a doozy on everyone in the family. So this birthday was special. So happy birthday, babe. I ain't gonna lie, man, your boy blew back on the wife, son. You feel me? Because I got it like that. No, I don't. I'm gonna be, the credit card bill's gonna be hitting soon, bro. But it was all good, man. It was worth it, man. Next year I ain't going on out like that. She's gonna get probably a bottled water and a Pop-Tart. And then 2 days after that, we celebrated our 12th year anniversary. 12 years, bro. That's a decade in 2 years, bro. And I'm telling you, man, so much has happened, man, in 12 years. Our kids are damn near 20. It's just we had sickness and death and birth and life. It's just like we ran the whole gamut. But I got to be honest with you guys, it doesn't feel like 12 years, man, so we just kind of keep low key, keep doing what we do, so yeah, man, 12 years is in the books. Now, here's what I did for our anniversary. I kept hearing about this damn restaurant in White Plains called ZPRIME, right? This is a steakhouse in White Plains, New York. And everyone keeps talking about it. And if you go on ZPRIME's Instagram page, it looks like it's popping. You be like, damn, bro, I got to make my way to ZPRIME. I ain't going to lie to you. When it comes to steakhouse, number 1 on my book is Roof Crisp. To me, you can't find and you probably can't find another a better steakhouse, but just for me personally, it is by far my favorite steakhouse to go to. But if you look at ZPRIME's Instagram page, it's like, yo, bro, I don't know, this restaurant might blow them out of the water. So I look it up, make reservations, go on out, because I'm that type of guy. When I make reservations for a place, I want to look on the menu. I want to look at the menu and see what I'm working with. There was no prices. You go online and you look up the menu to ZPRIME, there's no prices. That's a red flag number 1. That's how you know you're about to blow some money. When there's no prices, like legit no prices near the drinks, near the appetizers, near the dessert. You're like, oh God, here we go. And sure enough, when I walked into that place and I actually seen the menu, I was like, God, yeah, it's a very expensive place. So let me tell you. So we parked the car, we walked towards ZPRIME, and you can hear the music like blaring out of the restaurant. Right? I mean, you can legit hear it. And they're playing like 50 Cent's Candy Shop, I think was the song at the time. Not like 50 Cent Candy Shop. It is an old song, but it's cool. But I'm not sure I quite want to hear that song blaring when I'm taking the missus out to a steakhouse. I prefer, at this point in my life, man, I prefer a nice conversation and some romantic ambiance to, with the flip side is that it's like I'm walking into a nightclub, no. So anyway, so sure enough, we sit down. The waiters and staff was nice. I ain't gonna lie. The drinks was super good. I'm more of a margarita dude. I'm driving. I don't want to get too hammered if I'm behind the wheel. Margaritas, they set you nice and right. 2 will set me right, but not too right while I'm leaning all over the place getting crazy. So the menu comes as course. It's expensive as hell. They got something called a 24 karat gold steak. That joint was like $300. Listen, we're frugal people. We don't like spending money like that. We just don't. Especially the old lady. And she looked at me like, for if it wasn't our anniversary, I'll walk up out of here. And I low key would have been with it because it was just really that expensive. So anyway, I ordered a chicken parm, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't spending low end $80 on a piece of steak. I just wasn't. And plus the music was loud, so it was like low key a turnoff. So what am I have to say about ZPRIME? It's okay, bro. It's like the Instagram of steakhouses. It's pretty much there to show you the best. Like if you take pictures near the fireplace that says ZPRIME, you can show people you went to ZPRIME and all this stuff. But to me, it just had no substance. I prefer Roof Crisp when you go in there. I know the food is excellent. I know the desserts is dynamite. I know the drinks is good. And I could sit down and I could have a nice conversation, whether it be with the missus or if I was out with my fellas. That's just me. So ZPRIME, to me, in my opinion, a little overrated, but I'm glad we went. I'm glad we had a good time, and it's over. Okay, so I told you last podcast that the NFL was starting. It started. Week 1 is in the books. New York City, we in super trouble, bro. You think the Yankees and the Mets is having a bad year? I'm telling you right now, we are in super trouble in football, bro. Okay, so it all started when the Giants played their game last Monday night against, probably by the time you see this, it would have been 2 Monday nights against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I have a couple that I met 2 years ago when I went to Cabo, Mexico, and he's a Cowboys fan. He's from Texas. I affectionately call him Big Texas. So, of course, but he calls me, we randomly call each other, right? But I know for sure, whenever football season starts and Dallas and the Giants is playing, I'm getting a phone call from Big Texas. So Big Texas hits me up. We talk on our talk. I talk to his missus. It talks to our missus. We all talking. So here, I make a bold prediction to Big Texas. I say, yo, homie, just letting you know, the Giants is winning by 2 touchdowns. Hung with the phone on Big Texas. There's no more to say. Yo, bro, the third quarter, we was down 0-40. That's already an indication. Oh, come on. And Dallas is not even that great of a team to be down by a legit 40 points. So the Giants lost super big, right? But that's okay because honestly, I made a prediction that we're going to be 11-5, and I just did it for fun because we're probably going to be 5-11. But the big talk of the town is, of course, the New York Jets. I'm not a Jet fan, but I'm not a Jet hater. And if it's going to bring excitement to the city, I'm for it. And the reason why, as everyone who watched football know, the reason why everybody was bigging up the Jets this year is because Aaron Rodgers, came over to the Jets. I mean, it was super hype. They was on HBO's Hard Knocks. And, it was just an aura. He got the young receivers, just a sexy team and a sexy look. Yo, as everyone knows, Aaron Rodgers, 4 plays into his first game as a Jet. 4 plays, bro, into his first game as a New York Jet. Blew his ACL, and he's done for the season.
Calf issue in training camp, but here's a little better look as far as what might have happened for him to go back down to the ground.
And he's coming out of the game.
And that New York football is over, bro. It's over. I don't see. I mean, mind you, the Jets won the game against the Buffalo Bills, but I really don't see how this is a salvageable season for any of these teams. With my Giants, I'm hoping I'm wrong. Yo, bro, I'm happy. I said 11-5. Let me be super real with you. I'm happy if we go 8-8 at this point, man. It's something respectable, bro. And damn, man, I don't even know what basketball season gonna bring us, but we'll talk about that because basketball season soon come too. And of course, in the UFC, there's a big fight since the last time we spoke, and that was between Sean Strickland and Izzy Adesanya, and I probably pronounced his name wrong. And Izzy was the favorite, and I really don't bet. I don't like gambling, but Sean Strickland was such a big underdog. I said, yo, bro, it don't hurt to put $60. That would have got me $180. I'd have flipped my little $60 for a $120 profit on Izzy. And mind you, it was my anniversary night. I normally will I've ordered a lot of Israel Adesanya fights. I just have. I put the money on it. But, yo, it's my anniversary, man. I'm with the lady, bro. I'm trying to better wrestle her. I'm not trying to watch grown men fight on my anniversary, bro. Bro. My kid was somewhere watching the fight, And I'm like, I could have went on ESPN or whatever, but I thought it's more fun that, hey, my boy's watching the fight. I'm into the fights. I'm going to text him and ask him, yo, what's going on? Yo, do you know that man he got KO'd almost. It could have been technically a KO in the first round. It could have been a stoppage, but pretty much after a 5-round UFC fight, I don't even think he won 1 round. So, long story short, Sean Strickland is now the new middleweight champion of the world in the UFC, and I lost $60, and I'm like, I'm having a bad sports year, man. And the Knicks better come and save me, bro, because it looks like it's going to be a crazy year for my sports teams, man, or anybody I root for, bro, like for real. All right. So, also, there was another anniversary since the last time we parted, and that was the 22nd year of 9/11. And we all know the history of 9/11, what happened. Airplanes flew into what was known as the World Trade Center. Buildings come crumbling down. Thousands of people lost their life, and it was just a national tragedy. Now, we can go on about what caused that tragedy. America, we're always putting our nose where our noses don't be, and sometimes we can be perceived as the bullies of the world, and sometimes people are just not trying to hear that. But that's not for this conversation. This year, I was just reflecting on, because mind you, it's 22 years ago, which flew by. I mean, it really doesn't seem that long if you were in your 20s at that time when the towers got hit. And now to fast forward 22 years later, you're probably double that age. So I was thinking about what made me put something in perspective was how America as a country felt once the towers got hit as opposed to the unity that's going on in America now. Quick story. So I was a messenger during the time of 9/11. So I think it was like September 12th or 13th. I'm delivering stuff because I have my own personal car and using it, pay for gas and mileage and all that stuff. And I was on the West Side Highway somewhere, but you couldn't go lower past a certain point because it was ground zero. So I was like in the mid 40s or 50s, somewhere around there. Anyway, I'm on the side streets, and a guy in a van bumped the back of my car at a red light. Mind you, I had a big-ass American flag on my car. I had a green Toyota Camry. And I get out that car, and this white dude comes out the van, and he has a big-ass American flag on his van. I checked the bumper on my car. I seen that it was no major damage. He said, hey, bro, I'm sorry about that. You okay? I said, yeah, man, you okay? He like, yeah, no damage to me, man. I just kind of whatever, man. Just been a crazy week. I said, yeah, brother, I know. We shook hands like men, and we both went our respective ways, whoever we were going. I think about that time, how a white guy and a black guy both were united by the symbolic flag of their countries that they had on their car. And we wasn't tripping, and no one got mad over a little fender bender, because what just happened a couple of days showed you that things like a little fender bender, it's all bullshit, man. Because there's more important things in life, like the preservation of life and people dying and attacks and so on and so forth. And now I think about my country today as it stands, and if we're united as we were 22 years ago. And the simple answer to that is no. And of course, 22 years ago, we didn't have social media like now, and the internet wasn't as prevalent. I mean, we had the internet, but it wasn't. I mean, the internet is king now, right? And it wasn't as prevalent as it was back then. So it made me think, is the internet dividing us as a country because it shows all of our glaring flaws and weaknesses as a country, as opposed to the goodness that this country possesses? No, it's not a perfect country. Yeah, there's segments of people that hate people because of the way they look, or their genders, or their sexual orientation, whatever. But to me, and I always say this in a couple of shows, to me, the vast majority of people are just hardworking, everyday American people, no matter the skin color, who just simply want to go home. They want to go make a living, an honest day living. Some of us want a vacation. Some of us just want to watch TV after work and drink a cold one, or whatever it is that you do for the relaxation, and do it all over again tomorrow. So that unity that we had after those towers got struck, the weeks and the months after, to me, man, it's kind of missed, man. It really was, because I really remember that feeling of pride. That, yo, man, yeah, I'm black, but I'm an American, bro, and there's no other place, that I would want to live. So, my thoughts and my prayers go to anyone, even though it's been 22 years, has been affected. Then, maybe you lost a family member, or some people got sick with the debris from the tower. So just my thoughts and prayers, man. Just reflecting on 9/11, man. It's whatever. So I just told you I celebrated 12 years of marriage last week, and I was watching The Breakfast Club, and Tyrese was on there. Now I love Tyrese. I mean, I'm a guy from the 90s. Tyrese, that's that era when people were still making good R&B. Yo, by the way, I hate to sound like the old head. I really do. But yo, R&B music sucks now, bro. It really does, man. It's really hard. When I was just watching something with Puff, and by the way, we'll talk about that later, but his album's really good. Puff Daddy's new album, or as he calls himself, Love's new album, is really dope, man. It's for grown folks. That album is really good, but I'm going to talk about that a little later. So anyway, R&B, so Tyrese, that's what I was talking about. So the homie Tyrese was on The Breakfast Club, and apparently, he went up there and, he was confronted by DJ Envy.
Walking this way, I said, I'm going to take a step back.
And when me and Tyrese had a
How convenient? Yeah, how convenient. Yeah, when the way you were talking, the way that you were.
How convenient to step back.
What you mean?
I never stepped back from you.
From you.
It's right.
You should have.
But I never talked to your wife in a disrespectful manner, and you talked to mine in a disrespectful manner.
How?
And I never told nobody that. Even when you were on, and you could say you were on those psych meds, and you could say that you weren't.
What you mean?
But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserved me to box your mouth.
Whoa,
and I didn't. No. We were talking because this is something that I never wanted to say, and since he wants to be, well, why Envy? I'm telling him why. You said disrespectful shit to my wife.
What do you say?
It's neither here nor there.
So let me give you a little backdrop if you don't know. Okay, DJ Envy, one of the co-hosts for The Breakfast Club, he got into some stuff, man. He got caught cheating on his wife, and he put it public. I thought that was bad, putting things public. Homie went on the air and let everyone know, bro, he messed up and cheated on his wife. So Tyrese, wherever he was doing in his daily travels as an R&B star who starred in 1,000 Fast and Furious movies, heard this, called him up on the radio, and kind of said that God put it in his heart to kind of intervene in a positive way to help save this man's marriage, and save that marriage he did. Tyrese, the superstar, the R&B dude, was a catalyst for saving DJ Envy's marriage. Fast forward a couple of years later, Tyrese is having problems of his own. I think Tyrese has been married twice. I know he's going through a divorce. I know there was some custody stuff. He said he went to a doctor. The doctor gave him psych meds. He reacted funny to the psych meds. We got 1,000 memes of Tyrese on the internet. Why are you doing this to me?
Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God. To me, if they taking my baby, or because she wakes up and decides on September 11th, this is what I feel like saying about Tyrese. Nobody wants to hire me, Norma. Congratulations. Oh my God.
Because it's really sad to kind of see adults have mental breakdowns, and you don't want that for no one, and you definitely don't want people to have divorce if they can avoid that, right? So DJ Envy said that one of the reasons why him and his wife blocked Tyrese is because they feel like Tyrese had stepped over a line.
He would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Tyrese was a habitual line stepper, and he overstepped the boundaries of a friendship when he said something crazy allegedly to Envy's wife. And then a couple of days later, Tyrese retorts, and he pulled out messages from the iCloud that says, no, I never said anything about this man's wife, while I never said anything inappropriate to this man's wife.
5-6 years of us being in touch in any capacity. Make it make sense. You can't make it make sense because it don't. I'm going to go back to Charlemagne, who you're with 5 days a week. I need to box you in your mouth because you disrespecting my wife. Charlemagne says, what did he say? What did he do? You know why Charlemagne don't know what I said and did? Because I never did it. You don't want nobody to attack your wife and your family. That's your bottom line. Let me tell you what my bottom line is. Until I take my last breath, maybe it's the Capricorn in me, I'll never let a violate my character, put words in my mouth, or paint a picture.
Listen, man, if you know DJ Envy, you know he's kind of, I don't want to call him a simp. I don't, because I don't want to call another man who's just in love with his wife a simp, right? Because some people might say I'm a simp. So I'm not going to throw that word out there. But we know how he is when it comes to his family and the protection of his family, right? And granted, right? But yo, bro, everybody kind of crossed the line in here. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's start with his wife, Gia. Yo, You texting? I mean, okay. Before I talk my shit, let me really think about this. Okay. So her and Tyrese got close after he saved their marriage, and she's texting him on the solo. I mean, if you keep it in a bro sis relationship, I guess it's not too funny, and I guess it's not out of bounds to have a non-sexual platonic relationship with a guy. But sometimes, man, and this is why I'm gonna tell you why. This is why I do what I do. So I just make it be clear, bro. I'm not a creeper. I'm not trying to whatever anybody. Here's what I do, bro. Here's what I do with platonic relations. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. 20-year-old Marcus was a savage, bro. And the majority of my women friends were just bad. They just were. But they were my friends because they never gave me that rhythm like they wanted to take it somewhere else. But 20 years ago, like we just talked about the towers, 22 years ago, if one of my chick friends wanted to take me out of the bro zone, yo, bro, I would have habitually stepped over that line, bro.
Habitual line stepper.
I'd have broke the glass in case of emergency, bro. I'm telling you, I would have line stepped. I'd have been a hot stepper, my G, all over that line, right? But I'm 47 now, bro, and I know there's codes to these things, and there's things you don't do. So one of the things I do, just to let it be known, yo, bro, is all brotherly love from this side, right? Not saying they want me, but I'm just letting it be known. I call every female friend sis, like dead serious. Hey sis, how you doing? Some of them, and if you're really close to me, you're getting bro, because I feel like ain't no one closer to you than a bro. You feel me? So it's like if you're really close to me and you're a female friend, you the bro, like straight up. But other than that, any other female friends that just high in the acquaintance, hey, what's up, sis? How you doing, sis? How's your man, sis? How's the family, sis? But if you're close to me, you're the bro, and that's just how it is. You cannot cross that line, bro. It's like office hours to this shit, especially when you're in a relationship, especially when you're married. Bro, you cannot. Okay, I have a female friend, right? I don't know if she watches the podcast. I ain't gonna say anything. That is the homie. That is legit my person. I'm not texting her after 7 p.m., bro. I'm not even texting her after 5 p.m., bro. It's office hours to this, bro. Why? Because she's with someone, and you have to respect the person she's with. And you also have to respect the person you're with. So there has to be some sort of boundary set that, yo, this is the bro, or this is the sis, and that's it, man. And you definitely cannot text the sis compliments, bro. Some of my women friends, I see on my IG, I'm like, damn, girl, you looking good. You better keep that thought in your head, bro. I'm not going to hit her on a text. Damn, girl, you looking good. Totally line cross, yo. Habitual line stepper, bro. No, you don't cross the line, so it's a code, man. So I'm not saying here to gossip about what, and maybe it's too late. Maybe this is gossip. I don't know. But I'm not here to say who's wrong, who's right. But I just know as a dude, you have to draw those boundaries. So things like this, so you won't be accused of inappropriate behavior with another man's wife. Because if you're a man of a certain principle and you have certain codes, man, that's something that you don't want to do. Quick story. So I remember one time I was on a friend with my sister. Now this person I'm talking about, she's the bro. And if she watches the show, she know who I'm talking about. This is the bro. And the reason she's the bro is because I grew up with her since we were little. We grew up 2 blocks together. There was no sort of whatever. Remember I told you I was a pure savage when the testosterone levels was like on 1,000,000? There would have been none of that even when we were younger. And definitely now that we're older, no, because that was truly the bro. So anyway, I think it was the beginning of my marriage, and I'm on the phone with her, and we're just laughing our asses off. I don't know. I forgot what we were talking about. It was just hilarious. And who walks in the house? My wife, and she did not like that. She was like, yo, who are you on the phone with? And I was like, oh, yo, this is the homie, da-da-da-da. She was like, I don't like that. Ain't no other chick can have you laughing like that. That's not your wife. So, I could kind of see it. At first, I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was a little immature in the marriage. I didn't understand, like, damn, babe, like, this is really, like, my homie. This is the bro. Why would you get upset about that? But then, I don't think I ever told her this, and now I'm going to share this shit with the whole public. Should have watched my show anyway. I remember one time, man, she was on a phone call. I don't think I ever told her this. She was on a phone call with her bro from work. Now, mind you, I've been out with this dude before on some couple date, like when we were first, in the first marriage, the first couple of years, and I went out with him and his wife, and the bro is totally cool. But I don't know what happened. I just remember one day I heard her giggling like that deep laugh when someone done tickled your funny bone, and I was like, who you on the phone with? And she said, oh, that's also. Oh, I ain't like that, bro. I was pissed off, like, nah, son. No, no nougat should be making you laugh like that if it ain't me. And I think I'm the funniest nougat in the world, bro. So I could kind of understand it. You just got to set boundaries. I hope that gets resolved. Don't be texting other men's wife, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, listen. I don't know if you heard, but I told y'all. I've been told y'all, aliens are here. And apparently, the aliens are here. And why are the aliens here? Why should we believe this? Because Mexico said so. Mexico says so. I don't know if you heard, but Mexico, the other day, unleashed the corpse of what appears to be an extraterrestrial. Yes. Now, I ain't going to lie to you. When I seen this, I was low-key disappointed. But before I tell you why I was disappointed, let me kind of read to you what's going on. Okay, so presentations of the mummies last Tuesday was made by Jaime Maussan. And he's a journalist who has speculated wildly on aliens. So pretty much he's the alien guy. He's the one who's always saying they are amongst us.
Put on display what they claim are 2 alien corpses, but not everybody's convinced. These small, allegedly mummified specimens were unveiled at Mexico's first ever UFO hearing yesterday. The alleged alien corpses were found in Peru and are said to be 700 to 1,800 years old. X-rays of the aliens were also shown, and experts say one of the bodies had eggs inside it. Other science observers say many of the details given about the figures made no sense, and it would take more than X-rays to determine if something was non-human.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm all for UFOs, bro. I'm all for aliens, yo, bro. Like, if they coming, I want to see. I think they should. We throw parades for everybody else. If the aliens come, we should throw them a parade. But here's the thing. When I seen these 2 fossils of aliens that are allegedly 1,000 years old, I was disappointed, man. Yo, these damn things are like E.T.'s son, man. E.T. wasn't scaring nobody, bro. I mean, come on. If this is the first pictures you have of aliens, bro, I mean, come on, man. It was a bummer. And mind you, they low-key look like cake. That like cake, man. What is this right here, bro? Yo, bro. If you're going to present aliens to me and you really want me to like buy it like hook and sinker, I'm sold, bro. I believe there's extraterrestrials here. But I mean, I need like Independence Day Will Smith aliens. I need like Ridley Scott, Sigourney Weaver aliens, bro. This was not impressive. So I still believe in aliens. I really do. I mean, call me whatever you want to call me. I just do. However, I don't think these niggas right here are aliens, bro. I really don't. Oh, and then they said it was eggs found inside the aliens. I try to put a picture. Come on, dog. And nigga, you know you put them damn eggs in this. What is this, bro? It probably was the eggs that they made the alien cake with. Cause that's what it looked like. It like an alien cake, man. I don't know. Not here for it. So speaking about Mexico too, yo, because I was looking at Mexican UFOs. Apparently, there's I'm so lost when it comes to pop culture. I'm telling you right now. Like, you see what's behind me, right? Nas, and I'll talk about him later. And by the way, happy birthday, Nas. He just turned 50. And if it's not my rock and roll, which I got a cool rock and roll show. I don't know if y'all seen it from my guys made top 5. Yeah. Anything else? Anything of now? I guess I call my kids music, and maybe they got old souls. Maybe they don't even listen to this crap. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, while I was doing research of the Mexican aliens, this one thing popped up about this guy named Peso Pluma. Now, apparently he was threatened by the Mexican cartel and was told, I guess he has a concert coming up in Tijuana. And they told, and mind you, the guy's only 24 years old. He's a Mexican star. Put it like this. He's pretty much like a trap rapper from Mexico, because he talks about the guns, the narcotics, the cartels. So he's pretty much a Mexican trap rapper, 24 years old. And they told this young man, yo, bro, long story short, I think he has a concert coming up October 14th at the Caliente Stadium in Tijuana, Mexico. And they put up banners and telling homie, yo, this goes to Peso Pluma. Refrain from presenting yourself on October 14th because it would be your last show due to your disrespect and loose tongue. You show up and we are going to break you. Yo, bro, you take anytime a person threatens you and they write proper and the grammar is on point, yo, they mean business, bro. Yo, please, yo, young man, I don't know who you are. I ain't hear about you until I did research on this. Homie, please do not do that concert date in Tijuana, because the cartels in Mexico don't play. Like 1,000 episodes ago, I did one where they allegedly the cartel murdered some brothers and sisters. They was going out there to get a tummy tuck. Yeah, I still think they was out there trying to get coke for dirt cheap, but whatever. And they murdered them and left the note saying we sorry. Nah, the polite cartels don't mess around, bro. If they ask you nice enough to not show up, I really think you should take heed and not show up. And by the way, he's canceled a couple of shows recently too. So I don't know what's going on in Mexico, man. But if I hear more about that, or if I'll probably do a show somewhere around October 14th as well. I'm definitely keeping on top of this because that's trippy, man. I don't mess around with Mexican cartels at all. All right, now we are going to do a giveaway. I'm feeling good today. We're doing a giveaway. Okay, what are we giving away? We are giving away mugs, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you at home can get you one of these Do Not Kill the Messenger mugs. Now, listen, they come in white like this, and I haven't received it yet, but I also have like a dark blue one with the podcast logo as well. And I'm giving these mugs away as a celebration for episado 21 of Do Not Kill the Messenger podcast, to celebrate us being legal. If you tell me how many years have your boy been married. That's right. It's really simple. I've said it like 1,000 times. How many years have I been married? The first 3 people to answer that, we're going to set it up. We're going to get your addresses. I promise you, no stalker. If you're a female, I promise you, bro, I'm not going to text you past office hours. And, and I'll send you a nice mug. And by the way, speaking of women friends, I have to say this before we move on to the next segment. The vast amount of my supporters are women. Let me tell you something, man. You got to give chicks their due. Women, if you have a vision and women mess with you, and they support you, whether you're their spouse or you're the bro, women will like really support you, man. So to all the women who support the show, and I always tell my wife, yo, babe, man, all my sisters, all my bros who support the show of a female gender, man, they're really super dope. So just want to give a super shout out to you guys, man. I love y'all, and y'all beyond sis at this point. Y'all the bros. So I really salute y'all women. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. All right, now we haven't done an episode of You Know You Done F***ed Up. We haven't done one in a while. Now, this one is really a doozy. So I'm going to have to play.
Aim on to be transparent. And as simple as this, I messed up. This has been a really, really hard few days. But I struggled. And the struggle didn't just begin. You know, the struggle has been a struggle. And the conviction has been great. And many times people don't know how to accept the struggle of a leader or the struggle of the pastor, you know, and they take the human and the man out of the pastor, out of the bishop, out of the apostle, out of the prophet. I didn't address what should have been addressed in my life. You all seen it. I don't have to recap it. You know, you seen the video, you know, but other people will paint a picture of you to be the worst person in the world because of a failure. I want to take my responsibility. That's my public statement. I want to take my responsibility and I want to repent before God.
All right, let's get into it. All right, so I don't know if you heard of the story, but there's this pastor in North Carolina. His name is Damian Massey, right? He's from North Carolina, and he got into a little bit of trouble a couple of days ago because his boyfriend aired him out on TikTok. Yeah, I was just waiting for you to digest that. Yeah, his boyfriend, bro. The pastor's boyfriend. You heard what I just told you, bro? The pastor's boyfriend aired him out on TikTok, bro. All right, man. Let's dissect this. Let's get into this, man. Okay, so as you've seen, the pastor went before the congregation. Listen, he got aired out. I mean, the boyfriend showed the receipts. There's like literally nothing you can deny. There's literally nothing you can do. You have to own up to it, right? So he owned up to it. Hey, listen, he said he's been struggling with this thing for X amount of years, and it's something that he continues to struggle with, and it's been a struggle his whole entire life. You just saw the video. Okay, let's dissect this. This man is a man of the cloth. This man is a man who leads men. This man is a man who promotes family values in marriage and yada, yada, yada. Here's my thing. He's still, what it looks like, and I believe it is, he is still going to be the leader of his congregation. This pastor, Pastor Massey from North Carolina, is still going to get up there every Sunday and attempt to deliver the message. My question is, and I'm not judging, I'm just asking, who's going to listen to him? Who is going to follow him? Who is really gonna like go to church and now be comfortable with Pastor Massey after being outed like this? Now, it's not that he likes guys. Hey, man, bro, I like women. Like, I knew that from the time I kissed Monique Wade in the 8th grade drum room. Like, straight up. So if you like dudes, hey, you like dudes, right? Hey, man. But the thing is, you're not living your truth. You're living a lie. And because you're living a lie is the reason why I feel like you shouldn't probably be leading from the pulpit anymore. Because you're living a lie that has ultimately destroyed your congregation because you put yourself to be something that you're not. It just is what it is. And maybe you made yourself something you're not is because, like I talked about in the beginning of the show, you were listening to people's opinions about you, so you made up this false life. Now, here's why he needs to step down. So not only did you fool the congregation, but you also let a lie, and now you've crushed your family. Your family knows you to be one person. The man of the household. Your wife knows you to be her husband, her provider, her protector, and the father to her children. Now, with all the stuff coming out, how does that make her feel? How can she wants to still be romantically involved with a man who sleeps with men? And this has nothing to be against gay people. Like I said, I love everyone, so I don't want you. Let me just clarify that right now. But how can you now be comfortable thinking you were married to one person and now the truth has come out and now what you are has been brought to light? So how can your wife be comfortable with that. There's no way. So, to me, in my opinion, this man should not be the leader of any clergy. He should not be the leader of any congregation of people. I think it would be the noble thing to do. There will be a couple of noble things to do, in my humble opinion. One is to humble yourself and step down from the pulpit and then kind of find yourself and live your truth. And if your truth is that of being a homosexual dude in 2023, which honestly, man, how things are, that's not an oddity, you know, but at least you'll be living in your truth, man. You can't mislead people and think you're going to get them closer to God if you're running with the devil, and that is the devil of deceit, lies. Yo, it always comes out to the light, bro. And trust me, I've done things in the past, and I try to hide certain things, and yo, they all come out. They really do, man. So I pray for this pastor, man. I pray for his family. I mean, you got a version of a person you think is one way, and now he's this way. So I mean, it's just a whole shock to the congregation, man. And I ain't gonna lie, ain't nothing worse than a scoring gay dude, bro. It seems like, yo, you scoring a gay dude, them niggas is pulling out receipts, bro, emails, text messages. And nah, gay niggas is messy, bro. For real, man. All right, listen, I want to talk about something real quick before we wrap up the show on a positive note. And I guess you could throw this into politics as usual. Let's play the music real quick. Let's get into politics as usual. Just a little bit of it. Okay, so on my bus, right before my day off, I noticed something. I noticed something on my last round trip before I go home. I noticed it was a lot of what appeared to be Spanish people on my bus, and they all had shopping carts, and they all had meat and vegetables and things like that. Excuse me, because my ear was itching. And listen, I've been in New York City. I could tell you which Spanish people are from here, and I could tell you who ain't from here. This wasn't Dominicans, and this damn sure wasn't Puerto Ricans, okay? These are not the native people, my friends. These people look like they were from another part of the world. And it seemed like they just got here and everyone gets on the bus and no one pays. I literally had like 10 shopping carts on my bus at one time, and I tried to tell people to move back. No one was understanding me, which is why I love the show in Spanish, because clearly I got to brush up on that joint and so on. So had me thinking about New York City's migrant problem. I'm seeing it firsthand. I can tell you right now, and I'm not judging, because I know people think that there is a better opportunity in this place than from the place that they came from. Whether it be you're trying to escape from tyrannical governments or you're trying to escape from economical hardships. America seems to present more of a better option for people in the world, okay? Like I told you before, we ain't perfect, bro, but we are way better than a lot of places. Okay, so let's get into a little bit to Americans' migrant problems. Now, there's a big difference between immigrants and migrants. Yo, immigrants is over here legally, bro. You know what I mean? And they are. Migrants, they're trying to cross that border. And when they cross the border and they get to Texas, Governor Abbott of Texas, a Republican, is nicely packing their asses up in buses and sending them to blue states, which means places where we live. It sucks. It sucks something horrible. But here's the thing. Even the people in the blue states, even people who primarily vote Democrat, are headed up to here.
Chris, chaos erupted here outside the Roosevelt Hotel, which is currently serving as a migrant intake center. 12 House Democrats were here to tour the site and weigh in on the migrant crisis. It's also the first time we've really seen such a large showing of House Democrats together on this issue. But we're going to show you this video here. Protesters shouting on bullhorns, chanting, "Go back to your country," drowning out the congressional leaders and forcing them to leave before they could answer some really important questions. More than 113,000 migrants have passed through New York City since last spring, with nearly 60,000 migrants still currently in the city's care. The White House has repeatedly said that the solution to this crisis lies with Congress, and it's up to them to pass meaningful immigration reform. But it's unlikely that Democrats and Republicans would be able to come together on a bipartisan agreement to make real policy changes in the near future. But Democrats argue that there are things the Biden administration can do on their own. Before she was drowned out, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says they would like to see three things. One, increased federal resources to the city. Two, sped up work authorization. And three, an extension of immigration parole so migrants from at least 11 different countries can start working immediately when they arrive.
We're incredibly thrilled and excited to be here in order to make sure that we are joined by the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, as well as several other members from across the United States.
What we saw were children, families, people that want to work, people that are fleeing violence, people that are environmental disasters. We see so many stories, heartbreaking stories, manifest itself here.
A couple of shows ago, I told you that the people in Chicago who just vote Democrats 100,000% of the time are pissed off. They're like, no. We have a heart, but you got to do something about this. This is out of control. Well, New York City is finally at that point. AOC came out here the other day, and I believe she was talking about the migrants, and people were just giving her a hard time. Listen, how she can defend this and how she can see that it's not working. And that's the thing I think that what makes people angry. You have to call a spade sometimes, man. It's not working out. Okay, so as of September 10th, more than 113,000 migrants have arrived in New York City since the spring of last year. Officials have struggled to respond as people from all over the world has arrived, sometimes by the hundreds each week. Now you got to understand, it's not just people that's coming from Spanish-speaking country that you would think that would just slip over that border in Texas, and then now they're off and running, and then find their way up to New York and whatever. People like from places like Africa are starting to become migrants as well. Now, my pastor, who's a legal citizen who did it the right way, would not agree with that. I'm telling you, he's about as American as they come. He's not having none of that. Okay, so Mayor Eric Adams has called it a humanity crisis. Well, no shit, Eric Adams, that will cost the city about $12 billion over 3 years. In the fall, he declared a state of emergency. Have you seen some of the makeshift shelters in Midtown Manhattan that they have put in place for some of these migrants? It's not right. In recent weeks, city officials have said they are running out of room. And these people are probably living with relatives that have been here, so on and so forth. And now they're going to the outer boroughs. The mayor has repeatedly asked for federal government aid and has even traveled to Washington for more funds and for expedited work authorizations for migrants so they can become self-sufficient. He has said that President Biden has failed the city by not doing more. While New York City will continue to lead, it's time the state and federal government step up, Mr. Adams said in a recent news conference. Now, here's where I disagree with him with a lot of things, but here's where I disagree with him, particularly in this. Hey, bro, you the one who said bring us your weak, bring us your tight and all that, right? You said that in regards to the migrants. You said that we have a heart of gold in New York, right? And that refusing these people shelter is racist. I know you said something. Maybe I'm paraphrasing. But
the immigration issues, border issues, I have to provide services for families that are here, and that's what we're going to do. And that's what our responsibility as a city. I'm proud that this is a right to shelter state, and we're going to continue to do that. This is horrific when you think about what the governor is doing, the governor of Texas, after a month of traveling across the border, placing on the bus with no direction to come here to New York.
I know a lot of people from that are Democrats will say things like this, right? Because everything is cloaked under the guise of racism. No, man, it's just common sense, bro. Pure economics would tell you the city is already struggling. Where are you going to put these people? Huh? Where are you going to house them? Housing in New York City for an average person who works at Mickey D's is already expensive. Buying a home for a person who makes good money at the MTA is already expensive. Where are you putting these migrants? Where are you putting them? Do not confuse immigrants with migrants. There's nothing wrong with building a better security enforcement at the border. It's not. It's not that we don't care about people. It's not that we don't want to help people if we can help them. But when this sort of things happen, when you have this influx of migrants that are coming into the city, who's going to suffer? The people that always keep voting for you. That's who's going to suffer, because more money is being funneled and given to take care of these people than people that live in the projects their whole life, where they got rats and roaches running around, and it takes forever for someone to come fix the damn ceiling that has crack and babies eating lead paint. You understand where I'm going with this? So I just want to touch on that as a person who works for the city of New York, you can see the migrant problem. Like, you can like visually see it. So it's just not a talking point. It is actual reality. Okay. And by the way, it feels so good to be back. Man, show's 21. I don't know what to do. I might just stop. This might just be my last show. I might just call it a quiz at the end of 21. I'm lying. No, I'm not. You're going to get a show 22. Don't forget, the first 3 people to answer how long I've been married for, you're going to get a mug. You're going to get a mug. And also, don't forget that We Move New York Invitational is coming on October 22nd. Listen, I told you that last show. I don't think I gave away a pair of tickets, but if you're from Transit and you watch this show, listen, man, it's simple. Tell me how many rings Michael Jordan got. All you got to do is answer the question. I'll give you 2 tickets, 2. 1, 2. That's uno and dos, all right? For the We Move New York Invitational, pull up, support Commissioner Q. Okay, so now let's go out on a positive note. This positive note is not really a positive note because, I'm not going to lie to you. It is extremely hard to find good news. But as I was getting ready for the show, I was listening to P. Diddy, who's now known as Love's new album. What's the name of his new album? The name of his new album is called The Love Album, Off the Grid. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. 23 tracks. Now, normally I'm at the age where I can't sit through 23 tracks or anything, but I'm telling you, the way this man has produced this album with these R&B, like real legit R&B artists, is just really phenomenal. And then Nas just released Magic 2. I believe he released it today as well. And it is literally his 6th album in 3 years to produce a hit boy. So why is this such a positive thing? Why is this a good note? It's positive because it shows you, and I told you, this is the 50th year of hip-hop. So whenever I can instill or talk about hip-hop in any way, we're going to do it just to celebrate the anniversary of it. It's good to see that artists who have been in the game for almost 30 plus years are still infusing the game with their adult contemporary style of music to people who have grown up with them, who still like music, but the newer music might not be for them and it might not be up to their speed. It's just like the ZPRIME example. It's not my speed, but Ruth Chris still makes great steak. Diddy and Nas still make good music. No one's getting shot in their bars. No one's getting murdered. I mean, it's just good music for adult people who grew up on rap. So the positive note of today's show is that hip hop is still thriving, even though I got my metal shirt on today. I'm gonna do a metal episode for y'all too. I gotta let y'all know, man, y'all missing some good things with rock and roll. But anyways, about hip hop, so let me stay focused. But the way to see how the culture is growing, to see that people that pretty much wrote the soundtrack to my 20s are still putting out good music, great music that you can listen to and vibe to. Because at this age, man, it's all about a vibe. And I'm telling you, you listen to that Magic 2 by Nas, it's a vibe. Excellent album. And definitely, if you listen to Off the Grid, Diddy, who's now known as Love's new album, is a total vibe, man. I promise you, when my vacation coming up, this is the vacation album. It really is. So listen, people, I want to thank you always from the bottom of my heart for always showing love and support for the show. Gonna try to get the missus in maybe episode 25. Maybe when we come back from vacation, she'll come on with our new wireless mics and talk junk with me and things like that. So, my good people, as always, I want you to have a good week. Hopefully, when you're seeing this, the Giants will be 1-1. Hopefully, the Jets 1-1. And it's too late for the Mets and the Yankees. They're out of here with that. So, on behalf of everybody, me, myself, and I, and Mini Park, this is Don't Kill the Messenger podcast, episodo 21. And I want you to do me a favor. When you go out there this week, do a couple of things. I want you to love yourself. I want you to love God. No. Let me remix that. I want you to love yourself. I want you to try to love others. But more importantly, I want you to love God. My good people, this has been Don't Kill the Messenger podcast, episodo 21. I see you for 22. Peace.